Yes, Jai Hind and hello everyone. Welcome back to Crack Grade B. This is Sunil Jangad and this is last lecture if you talk about chapter article, right? In article chapter, this is the last lecture and we shall cover some of the practice questions and their concepts, right? I think everything is clear. Audio and video both are clear. And kindly share this session with all your friends. Invite them all. We are going to discuss some of the important concepts regarding article, right? So I hope everything is clear, right? Okay, so we have covered some of 59 questions regarding this chapter, right? The last sentence was 59th. This was the last sentence. Okay, in today's lecture, first sentence is his both parents still live in the village where he was born. So what do you think of this sentence? Or you can say this is one of the nicest sentence if you talk about. His both parents still live in the village where he was born, and this sentence is based on the chapter article. Okay, here you have a noun, singular noun village, and it must be definite noun. Reason behind कि identity is given where he was born. This is the reference. This is the reference which make this village definite. Okay, and because of definite situation, we use article the before this singular noun. This is okay. It has no any error. But what else can we do for this sentence? The reason is, the concept is, this parents word is a plural noun. Okay, this is the plural noun, and this word is a possessive adjective. This is possessive adjective, and word both is determiner, right? This is determiner of group B, and this is also a determiner. This is the determiner of group A. And you know what is the concept? The concept is, whenever you get a noun in a sentence, before noun, we use a determiner of group A. Group A determiner is used before noun, right? And if you talk about determiner group B, which is used before determiner of group A, mean to say, we initially use adjective both. After this, we have to use a possessive adjective, his will be there. And if you speak like both his friends, both his parents, if you speak like this, both his parents still live in the village, then sentence will be okay. Initially you have to use determiner of group B, after that determiner of group A, and in last we use a noun. Yes, uh, yes, good afternoon dear. Both is okay. The concept is कि सबसे पहले जो हम यूज करते हैं वो ग्रुप बी का डेटरमिनर यूज करते हैं, आफ्टर दैट ग्रुप ए का डेटरमिनर, एंड आफ्टर दैट वी यूज नाउन. फॉर एग्जांपल, वी स्पीक लाइक दिस, we speak like this, both the students, right? We speak like this. So in this sentence also, you know it very well. This word students is a noun. This is the plural noun, right? And this is determiner of group A. This is the determiner of group B. So this is the concept. So sentence will be like, both his parents still live in the village where he was born. If you apply like this, if you write like this, sentence will be fine. Okay? And so many things are here, like all his friends. If you speak like this, all his friends, this is also out of this example, this friends is a plural noun. This his determiner of group A, this word all is determiner of group B. Or we speak like this, many a student, many a student. In this sentence also, in this sentence also, you can speak like this, students is a plural noun. This article A is group A determiner, and this many is group B determiner. So initially we use determiner of group B, after that determiner of group A, and after that we use a noun. So sentence will be like, both his parents still live in the village where he was born. Are you getting my point? Okay, move to the next sentence. People consider the chess to be a difficult game. Okay, in this sentence, this word chess is a name of game, right? It's a game, you can say. And don't use any article the before any name of game, right? Don't use article before any game. Like, we don't speak the cricket, the football, the badminton. We don't speak like this. We just say cricket, football, or badminton, right? Right. Okay, move to the next sentence. When he was a child, he would go to theater regularly. Okay, this theater is a noun, and this noun must be definite or indefinite. Either use article a, or the can also be there. And more preferable is article the, right? So sentence will be like, when he was a child, he would go to the theater regularly. Okay, any definite theater you can say, right? The definite theater mean to say the nearby theater, whatever there was, because it is said when he was a child. So in childhood, we don't approach to the various theaters. We just approach to the theater which is nearby to your place, right? So just make it definite, and to make it definite, use article the. Article the will be more appropriate. Okay, when he was a child, he would go to the theater regularly. Okay, we are driving on a wrong side of the road. Okay, this sentence is what? The concept is what? This is the first noun, wrong side. This is the first noun. Okay, this is the preposition, of is the preposition, and this is the noun, second noun, right? And the concept is, whenever you get noun plus of plus noun construction, this is the very common construction, you can say, noun plus of plus noun. This is the first noun, this is the second noun, and this construction demands article the before the first noun. Before the first noun, this construction demands article the. So sentence will be like, we are driving on the wrong side of the road. The wrong side of the road will be the right answer. Are you getting my point? Sentence will be like, we were driving on the wrong side of the road. Make it sure, you can say this is the most common construction, whatever we just find in all the everywhere, you can say, whether you are reading a newspaper or a book or whatever, you find this construction prevalent everywhere. Noun plus of plus noun construction. So whenever you get this construction, make it sure the first noun will be definite, and to make this noun definite, to make the position of this noun definite, you have to use article the before the first noun. Okay, sentence will be fine, the wrong side of the road. Okay, move to the next sentence. They have solved all of questions that were asked by the teacher. Okay, here we have a noun, questions, right? This is the plural noun, and because of determiner all, we demand a plural noun. That were asked by the teacher, that is also okay, right? The concept is, we have some determiners or adjectives like all and both, right? These two adjectives you have, and another adjectives like whole and same. These are also adjective, and the concept is what? Article the is used after all and both, we use article the, and before whole and same, we use article the. This is the concept, you can say. So if you just apply, they have solved all of, after this word all of, we have to use article the. Sentence will be like, they have solved all of the questions that were asked by the teacher. Okay, now sentence will be fine. All of the question, all the questions can also be there, right? Yes, Harnoor, all the questions can also be there, and you can also speak like all of the questions. Both are okay, right? Both are okay, all of the questions, or you can say all the questions. Both are okay. There is nothing like error if you use any of two methods, right? Either of two methods. This shopkeeper sells eggs by kilo. You know this word kilo, this is the standard, you can say. This is the standard, right? Like shopkeeper sells eggs by kilo, or you can say a shopkeeper sells milk by liter, right? These are the standard to measure anything, right? And the concept is, before standards we use article the. Before standards we use article the. Example, I said milk sells at rupees 60, uh, 60, you can say the liter, right? So we speak like this, by the kilo we have to speak. Or you can say milk sells by the liter, or cloth sells by the meter, or you can say so many sentences like wheat sells by the kilos, like this. Okay, whatever standard you are given, you have to use article the before that particular standard. Okay, the next sentence is, the number of the homeless people has increased dramatically. Yes. Yes, what do you think of this sentence? Yes. In this sentence, what do you think? The number of the homeless people has increased dramatically. Okay, you know what? These sentences are not so lengthy, or you can say a big statement. These sentences don't have big statement, but very useful. Concept is very important. Okay, sentences बहुत ज़्यादा लेंदी नहीं है, बहुत बड़े बड़े sentences नहीं हैं, छोटे sentences ही हैं, but concepts जो है वो बहुत प्यारे प्यारे हैं, जो आप लोगों को आपके एग्जाम के दौरान कंफ्यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. Okay, Harnoor, the number of homeless people. Very good. You know what? You have a concept. If you just use article the before an adjective, right? The plus adjective, if you just write this, the plus adjective becomes common noun. And common noun, also this common noun will be plural, right? The concept is, if you just use the homeless, if you speak like this article is article the, or adjective is what? The homeless. If you say the homeless, this is the common noun plural, and it already indicates the people who don't have home, the people who are without home, it indicates. But if you have a noun, if you have a noun and before noun you have an adjective, then you don't need any article the. Then you don't need article the. Either use noun and before noun use adjective, it can be right, it can be okay. But if you have used the plus adjective, after the plus adjective you don't need any noun. But if noun is already given before noun, this is adjective, homeless people, all people we are talking about, in this condition we don't need any article the. Drop article the, sentence will be fine. The number of homeless people. For example, we speak like this, the brave. You know, this article the plus adjective, this article the plus adjective denotes to the brave people, the weak, the rich, the poor, the deaf, the dumb, the blind, the educated, the honest, the tall, or you can say the uneducated, right? These are, this is the construction, the plus adjective, it makes a noun, common noun, plural, and we don't need any noun after that. Either you write like this, or if you already have a noun, in that condition you don't need article the. So drop article the in that particular situation. So sentence will be like, the number of homeless people, either, or you can say the number of the homeless, the number of the homeless, then don't need any noun. Okay, both the methods will be okay. And this, the number of, always demands a singular verb, it demands a singular verb. So I drop article the. Next sentence, she helps her mother in preparing the dinner every day. Okay, you know, we have a phrase, prepare dinner, prepare breakfast, prepare lunch, or you can say cook food, or cook dinner, cook breakfast. We have a phrase, and this phrase don't have any article. don't demand any article the. Sentence will be like, she helps her mother in preparing dinner every day, right? She helps her mother preparing dinner every day. Drop article the. Sentence will be fine now. Okay, next sentence is they are very interested in the nature, especially birds and animals. So what do you think of this sentence? Yes, this nature, this word nature is uncountable noun, and uncountable noun in general. This is uncountable noun in general, don't demand any article the. Same thing when plural noun, when any plural noun denotes to its whole class. Here we are talking about the whole class of birds. And again, we are talking about the whole class of animals. This is plural noun, and this plural noun denotes to whole class. In that situation, we don't need any article the before that. And nature is also singular noun, uncountable noun. So uncountable noun, it is used in general sense. Generally we are talking about general nature, not any specific, right? So that's why drop article the before uncountable noun nature. And same thing, there can be error if you just use article the before a plural noun birds. This one will be the error part. If you speak like the especially the birds or the animals, right? In last lecture I told you a concept. If a plural noun denotes to its whole class or entire community or whole family, in that particular situation we don't use any article the before that particular plural noun. This is the one of the most important concepts, you can say. So drop article the before nature in general. And same thing, you don't speak like the birds and the animals in this particular sentence, right? So sentence will be fine. Next sentence is, you should answer the following questions. You should answer the following questions. This is the noun. Questions is a noun. This is the adjective. In this situation, this noun becomes definite. And to make this noun definite, we demand article the before that. Okay. Sentence will be like, you should answer the following questions. Okay. Next sentence. Next sentence is, the Microsoft will launch several new products this summer. What do you think of this sentence? Answer the following questions. Yes, bilkul. Answer the following questions will be the right answer. Okay, next sentence. The Microsoft will launch several new products this summer. You know it very well. This word Microsoft is a proper noun, right? And proper noun don't demand article the before it, right? Don't use article the before proper nouns. The name of any particular person, place, thing, animal, right? Or don't use article the before them. Next sentence is, Mohan works as a sales manager in an UK based company. This word UK based company, and this UK, this is the abbreviated form, and this letter U denotes to the United. And all the countries name which have words like United, Great, Soviet and Republic, we use article the in that particular situation. And some of the countries name which are in plural like Bahamas, Philippines, Netherlands, West Indies, the countries in plural also demand article before them. So sentence will be like, in the UK based company. In the UK based company will be the right answer. Mohan works as a sales manager in the UK based company. Okay, are you getting my point? The country name which have adjectives like United, Great, Soviet, Republic, right? In that case we use article the. And countries in plural like Bahamas or Netherlands, West Indies and Philippines, they also demand article the before them. Except all these countries, we don't use any article the. We don't use article the before any name of country, right? Okay, it was India, then what should we use? If it was India, no matter, I said either countries in plural. I told you some four examples, or a country name is preceded by United Great Soviet Republic. If you have a passport, it is written on that the Republic of India, right? It is written on a passport, the Republic of India. If you have a word Republic before name, country name India, then we can use article the Republic of India can be okay if you speak like this, but if you speak like the India is wrong. Okay, yes, yes, why not? For nationality we can use article right? For example, the Indian, the Chinese, the Pakistanis, the American, this is okay, it has no any error. Okay, move to the next sentence. The package that they sent was wrapped in a brown paper. Yes, what do you think of this sentence? The package that they sent was wrapped in a brown paper. What do you think of this sentence? In brown paper. Very good. Harnoor. You know, this word paper is a noun and this is pure uncountable noun. We can't count paper. We can't count paper. We can count pages or sheets. We can count them. But when you talk about paper, it is a material noun. It has length and it is always in bundles or in wraps. So that's why this is uncountable noun. And uncountable noun, this word brown is an adjective, and we don't use any article for uncountable noun in general sense. Uncountable noun, it is in general sense, and in general sense we don't use any article before uncountable noun. Sentence will be like, the package that they sent was wrapped in brown paper. Okay, it is an interesting place. This interesting is an adjective, place is a noun, singular noun. This is, we use article for singular noun an, we use article an, but this adjective gives vowel sound, and before vowel sound starting words we use article n. So sentence will be like, it is an interesting place, do you want to take a look around? Right, sentence will be like this. Yes, and interesting will be the right answer. Okay, now you have a mini passage, you can say. This is a passage, a story all about, and in this mini passage you have to just fill articles, necessary article, wherever you need, okay, or whatever you feel ki that is okay to use. So you have to use different articles, indefinite article an or the, as per requirement, right? Mr. Parrot, most famous lady, Mrs. Parrot, lady we are talking about, no? Okay, Mrs. Parrot, most famous lady detective. Okay, here we are talking, here we have a noun lady, and this most famous detective, this is the adjective of superlative degree. Why it is superlative degree? Because Mrs. Parrot is going to be compared uh, in 20th century, 21st century. So in 21st century there is not only our, uh, our detective we have, that is Mrs. Parrot, there are so many detectives. So Mrs. Parrot is going to be compared with all other detectives that are in 21st century, right? So that's why there is comparison among more than two. We have to use a superlative degree, and before superlative degree article the is used. Okay, lady detective of, here this 21st century, this 21st century definite we are talking about. So in definite situation again we have to use article the, right? Was born in United, because of this United we have to use, we have to again use article the United Kingdom in blank 1960s. 1960s, this is also definite in the 1960s. since then she was been to many countries, okay, including Portugal, Singapore, and Australia. This is proper noun, right? And before proper noun, we don't use any article. There is no need of article. And has lived in blank northern hemisphere. Whenever you get like any hemisphere, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, or countries in plural like Bahamas, Philippines, Netherlands, and West Indies, and any country name preceded by adjectives like United, Great, Soviet, and Republic, these countries name demand article the before them. So answer will be like in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, as well as Philippines. We have to use article the before Philippines also. Philippines is a country in plural. Country in plural. Before country in plural, we also use article the. Or United States. Because of this United, we have to use article the. But she speaks blank English. English is a proper noun, and proper noun don't demand any article the before them, right? Proper noun don't demand any article the before them. So sentence will be like, but she speaks English, French, and Portuguese like Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective. Here we are talking about Sherlock Holmes. So Sherlock Holmes, and you have, this is Sherlock Holmes, and if you have an adjective before them, then we can use article the. For example, don't say Sachin Tendulkar, but it can be said like the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, the great Khali. We can say the great Ashoka and the wise Solomon, right? And we can speak like the famous Sherlock Holmes. We can speak like this, or the tall Mohan, the young Sohan, the rich David, or the, you can say sturdy John, or you can say deaf James, the deaf James. These are all good. Okay, if a proper noun get any adjective before them, before it, we can use article the in that particular situation. But without any adjective, proper nouns are not preceded by any definite article the, right? So that is the, okay, that is the right one. Okay, no article will use. All are okay. Harnoor, 12th the, okay. Now, the famous detective, she plays the violin, right? All the musical instruments, they demand article the before them. The violin, and sometimes practices up to 5 times a day. 5 times a day, okay. uh, Out of day, she practices 5 times. She's also the only. This the only is a determiner, and it demands article the before it. The only person in world, in the world, you can say in the world. Okay, we use article the. Just a minute. In world, in the world, in world. In the world will be the right one. Okay, to have performed breath on the recorder. In last, you have to use article the, right? So sentence will be, okay, yes. In the world will be the right answer. Yes, musical instruments, they demand article the before them. Okay, so this is the mini passage by which you are going to apply article, different articles, article A, article N, and article the. Okay, so let us discuss some more questions right now. Some of the important concepts, you can say, if I speak like, okay, the sentence is, the God has gifted the man with limitless potential. Right? The man has polluted the environment. The man has polluted the environment. Okay, okay. Thank you, dear. This is the first class I attained and I loved it. Thank you, sir. I will attain from now onward, upwards. Okay. Two different sentences you have. The God has gifted the man with limitless potential. The man has polluted the environment. And the last one is the woman is man's mate. The woman is man's mate. Okay, three different sentences you have. The woman is man's mate. You know, in English we have a concept, very important concept you can say. We have two different words, man and woman. So this is the concept of these two words, man and woman. So initially in this sentence, this word God, this is the proper noun, or you can say not proper noun. This is proper noun, and never use article the before word like God, heaven, hell, nature, right? God is always one, right? Which is who is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, right? God is always one. We can't categorize God. We can't make them definite or indefinite. Are you agree with? Are you agree to my point? We can't categorize God. We can't just differentiate into definite and indefinite God. And same thing goes with different words like heaven or hell. Heaven is also one, right? There is no any category of heaven, and hell is also one. So don't use article the before them. So now God has gifted the man, and now make it sure when this singular man, WMAN, this word denotes to it denotes to its whole class. Whenever it denotes to mankind, right? Whenever it denotes to mankind, or you can say when man denotes to entire masculine caste, entire masculine caste, masculine family, or female woman denotes to entire feminine family, right? In this situation, we don't use any article before man and woman. Article the will be wrong. Don't use any article the before them. So same thing happens here. God has gifted the man. Here word man denotes to mankind. It doesn't denote to the only masculine caste, or it doesn't denote to only feminine caste. Here the sentence is God has gifted man means mankind the limitless potential, right? So in this situation, this word man is, you can say, mankind. So never use article the before that, right? With limitless potential. Same thing is here. Here word man does not denote to the masculine caste, right? Here man denotes to mankind. Everyone is available in this, whether they are masculine gender, feminine gender, every category, you can say children, old age people, everyone has polluted the environment. So whenever man and woman denotes to mankind, don't use article the before them. Here word both the words you have in this sentence, you have man as well as woman. In this sentence, this woman denotes to its whole class, all females I'm talking about, all ladies I'm talking about, and all man, all male I'm talking about, whole class. So in whenever both the words denote to their entire community, don't use article the before them. Sentence will be like woman is man's mate, woman is man's mate. So the concept is don't use article the before man and woman when they denote their entire community or whole class. Are you getting my point? Okay, move to the next sentence. If I say the sentence is, next few sentences, first one is, the honesty does not satisfy hunger. The honesty does not satisfy hunger. The man did not leave the path of the honesty despite several problems. The man did not leave the path of the honesty despite several problems. Okay. And the next one is, the honesty which you showed is praiseworthy. The honesty which you showed is praiseworthy. So what do you think of these three sentences? Sir, then when can we use article the before man or woman? Whenever you denote some specific man or any specific singular man or woman. For example, if I say the man who is standing there is my brother, the woman who is standing there is my mother, it is okay to say, right? Whenever you denote to a specific man, masculine gender, or specific feminine gender. Example I have told you, okay, the man who is standing there is my brother, is my friend, is my father. The woman who is standing there is my friend, is my sister, is my mother. That can be okay, right? Any specific singular when you talk about, any specific man or woman you are talking about, then we can use article the before that. Okay, now different three sentences you have, and this is the concept of uncountable nouns. This is the concept of uncountable nouns. This honesty is uncountable noun, you know very well. Make it sure, if you talk about uncountable noun, if you talk about uncountable noun, the concept is, before uncountable nouns, an is not used. Article an are never used. We don't use uncountable noun before uncountable noun, we don't use an. But we can use, we cannot use uncountable, we cannot use article the before uncountable noun, in which, in situation when we are talking about general uncountable noun. General uncountable noun if you are talking about, then also we don't use article the, right? But we can use article the before uncountable noun when it is used in specific sense. Specific uncountable when you talk about, then only we can use article the. So if you just apply it in the sentence, the honesty does not satisfy hunger. Here I am talking about honesty uncountable, and this honesty in general. The honesty in general does not satisfy thirst or hunger, right? So we are talking about general honesty. In general sense, when you use uncountable noun, we don't use article the before them. If you just talk about second sentence, the man here, it is okay. This man does not denote to the entire community or mankind. This man does not denote to the mankind. We are talking about any specific person, any specific man I'm talking about. So article the can be here. So why we can't use, why this man does not belong to the mankind? Because if you just factually check this sentence, so you will find कि this is not right to say कि entire community did not leave the path of the honesty, right? यहाँ पर man जो है, man जो word है, ये mankind को represent नहीं कर रहा है. यहाँ पे मैन का मतलब कोई स्पेसिफिक पर्सन से है, क्योंकि इस सेंटेंस की सेंस को जब आप समझोगे तो आप पाओगे कि ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि पूरी मैनकाइंड ने ऑनेस्टी का पाथ नहीं छोड़ा। हमेशा कुछ लोग हमेशा रहे जिन्होंने ऑनेस्टी को फॉलो ही नहीं किया, जिन्होंने हमेशा दूसरों को चीट किया, कभी भी जब प्रॉब्लम में वो रहे, राइट। तो पूरी मैनकाइंड ने ऑनेस्टी का पाथ लीव नहीं किया, ऐसा ना कह के वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी स्पेसिफिक मैन, ओके। सो दैट्स व्हाई द मैन कैन बी ओके हियर, डिड नॉट लीव द पाथ ऑफ द ऑनेस्टी। Again you have uncountable noun honesty. This is uncountable noun, and uncountable noun in general. The honesty which is praiseworthy, the honesty is the best policy. Honesty which is the best policy, that honesty I'm talking about. So this is also uncountable in general, right? But if you just apply it in third sentence, the honesty which you showed, if I say which you showed means I'm talking about the honesty of specific people. So in specific sense, when you use uncountable noun, then we can use article the before them. This sentence is okay, last sentence is okay. As ऐसा per quality rule of quality, sorry, okay. So this sentence is okay because we are talking about honesty of a specific person. For example, the honesty which the poor woodcutter showed is praiseworthy. For example, if I say the honesty which the bank manager showed is praiseworthy, the bravery which wing commander Abhinandan showed is praiseworthy, right? This is also to say the bravery which the Indian army showed is praiseworthy. That is also okay to say, right? The love that the the love that the couple showed is praiseworthy. This is also, this is fine, right? Whenever you use uncountable noun in general sense, we don't use article an, we don't use article the. But whenever you use uncountable noun in specific sense, in that particular situation, we can use article the before uncountable nouns. So this is the concept. So if you apply it in the sentence, you will find this honesty is specific because it is said the honesty which you showed, right? Means any specific person showed is praiseworthy, right? For example, if I say the humanity which Mother Teresa showed is praiseworthy, that is also okay. The humanity which Mahatma Gandhi showed is praiseworthy, this is also fine, right? But if I talk about general bravery in general, honesty in general, love in general, right? So when we speak like love lies in the eyes of beholder, don't say the love lies in the eyes of beholder, right? And if I say the love which you showed is praiseworthy, right? This is okay. The love which you showed is adorable, that is right to say, okay. Next concept, if we talk about, okay, so many sentences. If I say the water is a compound of, the water is a compound of H2 and O2, first sentence. And the second sentence is the water was not enough. The water was not enough. Can we use quality rule here in the sense of honesty? Yes, it can be. Honesty is uncountable noun, and quality, if you talk, it denotes to any quality. Rushab, two different sentences you have. Here also, this water is uncountable noun and uncountable noun in general. This is the uncountable noun in general. Reason behind, we are talking about water is a compound of H2 and O2, hydrogen and oxygen. You can take any sample from anywhere, from your own village, your city, your locality, your area, or from India or Indonesia or Delhi or Dehradun, anywhere you can take any sample of water from any lake, from any sea, ocean, or any pond that is a compound of hydrogen and oxygen. So we are talking about general water, drop article the. But here I'm talking water was not enough. Here I'm talking about uncountable noun in specific sense. Any specific water that was needed for drinking, for washing clothes, for washing vehicles, or for washing anything, utensils, specific water that was needed for any urgent work, right? That was a water was not enough. So here uncountable noun in specific sense, here we can use article the before it. This is okay. Wait a minute. Okay, move to the next sentence. If I say Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, you have a sentence: Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. In this sentence, we know it very well. This Mount Everest, this is name of mountain. We don't use any article the before mountains. This is one, and it is compared in the world, means there are so many mountains in the world. So there is comparison among more than two, and whenever you have comparison among more than two, we use an adjective of superlative degree, and all adjectives of superlative degree, they demand article the before them. You know it very well. You know it very well. Superlative degree, adjectives of superlative degree, they demand article the before them. This is the one concept. Okay, but now you have some different sentences. First sentence is, which is longer river? Which is longer river? The Ganga or the Yamuna? First sentence. Which is the longer river, the Ganga or the Yamuna? Which is better cricketer? S. Tendulkar or D. Bradman? And the second sentence, third sentence is, he is wiser. He is wiser of the two. He is wiser of the two. Different three sentences you have. And this is also one of the most important concepts. Okay, different three sentences you have, and you know the concept is what? We all know that article the is used before adjectives of superlative degree. We are quite familiar with this concept, right? One another concept we have in entire English, we have two different cases in which we can also use article the before adjectives of comparative degree. Adjectives of comparative degree also demand article the before them, and in entire English you have only two cases, such cases, right? So first one is the concept of selection. First case is of selection. So if you just check the first sentence, here I'm talking about one river is what? The Ganga, the Yamuna. You have a conjunction or. This which is interrogative pronoun, right? This is a verb. So in this sentence, selection is given. The writer is asking which is better, which is longer river, the Ganga or the Yamuna. This is the case of selection. Okay, this is not the case of comparison. Make it sure. How can be comparison there? If I speak like this, the Ganga is longer than the Yamuna. If I speak like this, the Ganga is longer than the Yamuna. This is comparison, not selection. Here in this sentence you have selection. Okay, and make it sure in case of selection we are talking about two. Comparative adjective of comparative degree will be there, and before this adjective you have to use article the. Sentence will be like which is the longer river, the Ganga or the Yamuna. Same thing happens in the second sentence. We are talking about two. S. Tendulkar, D. Bradman, right? This is interrogative pronoun before a verb is, right? So in this sentence also you have selection. This is not comparison. Make it sure. How can be comparison there? If I speak like this, Sachin Tendulkar is better than D. Bradman, or if I say D. Bradman is better than Sachin Tendulkar, this is comparison. Make it sure whenever comparison is there, we use conjunction of comparison then, right? But in selection we don't use then, like both the sentences. So in this situation, in this case of selection, we use article the before adjectives of comparative degree. Sentence will be like he is the better cricketer, which is the better cricketer, S. Tendulkar or D. Bradman. And in the last sentence, you know it very well, this is also a case of selection. He is wiser of the two. You have different two. He is wiser of the two. We don't know which one is he, and just suppose this is he. We don't know the gender of this, the second person. Okay, we don't know the gender. So this is the case of selection. This is the comparative degree, and we use article the before this adjective of comparative degree. Sentence will be like he is the wiser of the two. Are you getting my point? Yes. Are you getting getting my point? This is the first case. You have another one also. You have another case also. For example, if I say the harder you work, the smarter you become. This is the first sentence. The harder you work, the smarter you become. Okay. The higher you go, the cooler it gets. Of If you just observe both the sentences, this is the case of relative increase decrease. Relative increase decrease. And what is relative increase decrease? In this situation also you have two different situations. If first one increases, its impact goes to the second one also, the other one also. Second one Yes, now, okay, I said कि relative increase decrease is something like in which if first one increases or decreases, its impact goes to the second one will also increase or decrease. So this is relative increase decrease. You have two different situations, you have two different adjectives, both the adjectives will be of comparative degree, and you have to use article the before both the adjectives of comparative degree. How examiner gives questions, he will drop any of the article the before this comparative degree, any of the article, whether he drops this article the or drops this, both the adjectives will be comparative and article the is used. The reason behind, you are facing a concept of relative increase decrease, and in entire English you have two different concepts. One is what of one is of selection, and second one is of relative increase decrease, which demand article the. Same thing, the higher you go, the cooler it gets. Two different situations you have. This higher is an adjective of comparative degree, this is also comparative degree adjective, article the will be demanded, both the sentences are okay. Examiner can give error if he speak like the high. Positive degree, adjective of positive degree will not be demanded. In case of relative increase decrease, both the adjectives must be of comparative degree, and both the adjectives they will demand article the. By giving any of the two, either of the two adjectives of positive or superlative, it can be error, right? And by dropping any one of the article the, it can be error in the sentence. So many sentences are here. The more you earn, the more you spend, right? The more you earn, the more you spend. The prettier she became, the more her sisters hated her, right? From the chapter Cinderella. Okay, the prettier she became, the more her sisters hated her, right? This is also the case of relative increase decrease, right? The more you think about it, the worse it will become. The more you think about it, the worse it will become. So all these are the examples of relative increase decrease. Concept you know very well. Article the is used before comparative degree in case of selection and relative increase decrease. I hope you are getting my point. It's enough from my side. I just keep my finger crossed for you, right? And keep sharing these sessions with all your friends, invite them all. You have your classes of English at 4 p.m. from Monday to Friday, right? So we'll meet you in next lecture. So it's enough from my side. Take care. Bye bye. Love you all. Thank you very much.